Do you ever worry that your dog might get scared or anxious during a grooming session? Sadly, a lot of a dog's common stress signals go unnoticed, especially at places like the groomers. But if you can learn to read your dog's body language, you can help make grooming less stressful for him, because you'll know when to intervene and what to look out for next time. One of the biggest signs your dog is feeling overwhelmed is a rigid or tense posture. If your dog is standing stiffly or seems frozen, that's often a clear sign he's on edge. On the flip side, if your dog is hunched or keeping his body lower to the ground, that's another sign of fear or anxiety. It's like he's trying to make himself smaller. So the scary thing, in this case the groomer, or even the entire situation, won't see him as a threat. Let's talk about whale eye. When a dog feels stressed, you'll often see the whites of their eyes more prominently. Again, this can mean they're feeling nervous or even threatened. Keep an eye on your dog's ears too. Pinned back ears can be a telltale sign of anxiety or discomfort. So if you see this, your dog may be feeling vulnerable or scared. One more subtle but important sign is lip licking or a quick flick of the tongue. This often signals that a dog is uncomfortable or stressed. Next, look at the tail. A low carried or tucked tail often signals fear. It's a sure sign that your dog feels insecure or overwhelmed. Here's another key sign: heavy panting, especially if your dog isn't hot or hasn't just exercised. Panting can be a way for dogs to release tension. Yawning is another interesting stress signal. It might look like your dog is simply tired, but yawning often serves as a calming mechanism during stressful moments. Look at your dog's back legs. If they're positioned slightly further back than usual, your dog might be preparing to flee from a frightening situation. If your dog looks or leans away from the groomer, he may be trying to distance himself from something that feels intimidating or uncomfortable. This dog has gone one further and actually tried to remove himself. It's clear he finds the experience unpleasant. A raised front paw can also indicate uncertainty or stress. Dogs often use it as a signal to other dogs that they are not a threat. If you see this behavior, your dog might be looking for reassurance in a setting that's making him extremely uneasy. One of the clearest signs of stress is trembling. Some dogs shake at the groomers because they're absolutely terrified or are unsure about what's coming next. You can see from this dog's trembling, as well as the whale eye, pulled back ears, hunched posture, and tucked tail, that he is absolutely terrified. Want to learn more about how to read your dog's signals? Download my free Dog Body Language Made Easy cheat sheet. Just click the link below to get your copy and use it as a handy reference guide. Now let's explore some of the reasons why dogs may feel stressed at the groomers. First, the grooming equipment itself can be a big source of stress for your dog. Between the buzzing clippers, the loud dryer, and the strange brushes, these tools can feel or sound intimidating, even if they don't seem that way to us. And let's not forget the unusual scents of shampoos and grooming sprays. Dogs have incredibly sensitive noses, and the smells in a grooming salon can be overwhelming, unpleasant, or even scary. Recognizing that these sensory elements can affect your dog's comfort level is an important part of understanding how he feels. Perhaps the most challenging part of grooming for many dogs is the feeling of being restrained with no way to escape. For dogs, that feeling of restraint can be overwhelming, especially if they're already nervous. Some dogs may even react aggressively. Think fight or flight. They can't flee, so instead, they may feel there's no other option but to fight. Imagine you're in a dentist's chair and they've strapped your arms down. The tools are whirring loudly. Strange smells are in the air. You're in quite a bit of discomfort and you're not allowed to move. Even if you know you're safe, the lack of control and inability to get up can make it a tense, unpleasant experience. For dogs, grooming can feel very similar. Being held in place with no way to escape adds a whole new level of stress. So let's talk about ways to try to help your dog feel more comfortable when he's being groomed. First, bring along your dog's favorite toy or treats. These can serve as comfort items to remind him of home and make the environment feel safer, and can also help him associate grooming with positive experiences. A lick mat with frozen yogurt or peanut butter, make sure it's xylitol-free, or any other soft food your dog loves, can serve as a great distraction and provide a calming, repetitive activity. Consider using a pheromone spray, like Adaptil, in the car on the way to the groomers. These sprays mimic natural dog pheromones and can help reduce anxiety. You could also try a dog-safe essential oil, like lavender, to create a calming scent in the grooming area. Make sure that you consult your vet first, though, before using any aromatherapy products. Always choose a groomer who uses low-stress handling techniques, and never be afraid to speak up if you see any stress signals in your dog. Your groomer should be willing to take breaks or adjust their approach to keep your dog comfortable. If your dog has severe anxiety, finding an experienced groomer or even consulting your veterinarian could help. In extreme cases, calming aids or medications may make the experience safer and less stressful. If your dog is easily distracted, consider using a grooming station with barriers to limit his view of other activities. This will give him less to worry about. Alternatively, seek a groomer who has a separate, quieter area. Using a non-slip mat can also help make your dog feel more secure during the grooming process. If your dog gets groomed at home, choose a calm, quiet space. Avoid high-traffic areas with loud noises that could add to your dog's stress. Playing soft music or white noise during grooming can also help. Research shows that classical music, or music composed especially for dogs, can reduce anxiety levels and help reduce stress levels. If your dog shows extreme signs of stress, like constant trembling or trying to escape, it might be worth gradually desensitizing him to grooming routines. Short practice sessions at home with rewards can build up his confidence. Introduce tools gradually and let your dog sniff brushes, clippers, and other equipment before using them. Let him get used to the sight, sound, and feel of the grooming equipment too, before going any further. Pair these introductions with treats to build positive associations. Start with short sessions and take a break at the first sign of stress in your dog. Gradually increase the length of the session as your dog gets more comfortable. It's important to constantly observe your dog's reactions and adjust your approach accordingly. Try to work to his timeline and not yours. And don't be tempted to rush him into something he's not comfortable with. If possible, break up grooming tasks. Brush one day, nails the next, and so on, so it's not too overwhelming. At the same time, use gentle touch and speak softly throughout the process. Avoid sudden movements and give your dog breaks if he gets anxious or tense. Try to avoid standing over your dog, which can be intimidating. Instead, position yourself to the side where possible. Use minimal restraint too. If you need to, employ gentle, supportive holds rather than forceful restraints. Always allow your dog to maintain a comfortable posture rather than forcing unnatural positions. Respect your dog's boundaries at all times and avoid pushing him beyond his comfort zone. It's also important to customize your handling techniques based on your dog's individual needs and preferences. Some dogs may prefer a slower pace, while others might do better with a quicker, more efficient grooming session. With a bit of preparation and patience, you can help make grooming a more positive experience for your dog. Learning to recognize stress signals, like this dog's panting and general vigilance, and using the tips in this video can make all the difference. Before you go, make sure you download my free resources for pet parents, links in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more expert insights into canine behavior. Thanks for watching. Come see us at CatanDoghouse.com.dogs.